I'll be choosing true friends or families, which you can select. And I'll begin my prep time now. And I'll begin in three, two, one. True friends are families which you can select. That is very true. And it is because of all examples throughout our life that we can evaluate. Specifically, if we look at the military jobs versus the private jobs, we can both select them, right? But which ones are true friends that produce families and what you can select? And in a sense, is that if we truly pick the option that brings true friends, like within the military, that brings and builds brotherhood of true friends versus a system of private sector, which you may not receive, and all the people are working for themselves and not each other. And in that sense, that's the leadership that is implemented within each system. And in that very example, I examine that true friends are families in which you can select, in a sense that you can select going in the military and receive a great family and true friends versus going to a private sector that you may not get anything. And that's with anything throughout life, is maybe even the Citadel or more brotherhood, more communized places in which you put yourself, like the Citadel versus a typical university. Where the university, you can pick whatever you want and may not be able to be applicable to receive true friends and be a family. While going to the Citadel, you can be able to be entered into a family automatically, and everyone is your family and are true friends. And as that very statement, countless alumni from the Citadel or other senior military colleges or even the academies have always said that that is their family for life. And even within the military, you never hear that in the private sector or going at a university typically. And in that very system, I want to evaluate that there is a selective process here, in the sense that there are people that will care for you and people that will not care for you. In a sense of this example, again, those people within that community will care for you and be able to accept you, and if you are indifferent to their opinions. In a sense that people across the board in this nation of children coming out to their friends, and those who oppose them and those who accept them, are examples in which you can select and kind of distinguish yourself from people that may not accept you. And in that very sense, you get into the point in which you have a point here, is that you get to choose which group you're going to be in. And in that sense, true friends or families in which you select, well, in that sense, if you are a bad kid, then you select the bad kids. And then if you're a good kid, then you select the good kids. And in that sense, it's where your customs and where your ideals and where your values are set. So if your values are set and what you want to be a leader and want to be and grow as an individual, then honestly, you're in the good group, or you're a smart group, or you're with the nerds, or you're with a selectee or a select group that value your opinions. And in the other sense, you have the opposite of that, where you're bad kids and you do all bad things and you do all the mature activities, and you do that. And this is the counter of that, is that in this point you get to select where you go. But if you're forced into something, like, for example, children who are forced into Catholic schools, or children that are forced into sports, or forced into activities they don't care about, and we're in JROTC, for example, they're forced in systems or families that maybe they're not wanting to go into, and they feel like they're indifferent, and they feel that this is not what they wanted. And if it would be on their initiative to go in, it would have been better, in the sense that they would have wanted to try to adapt and gain new friends, true friends. But if we force individuals, specifically children, in circumstances in which they don't want to belong, they don't belong because they don't value the people within there. They don't value, and they won't receive true friends because they're forced in something they don't want to be a part of. And in that very sense, you're not able to grow as a family and encompass true friends at your surroundings. And so, again, true friends are families in which you can select. And that is ultimately true across the board, because ultimately you choose your face, whether that's good or bad, or that's leadership or non-leadership, mature or immature. But specifically, you cannot force yourself, or you can force yourself, but you can't have other people force it on you. Thank you.